Hello, welcome back to MAD, which stands for Making a Difference. Um, I'm Smith, and I'm just back to continue with the many videos that I plan on producing for you, young man and young woman. Many of the videos, on occasion, will be talking directly to your parents, to the adults in your life, whether they are in a familial position, friendship position, guardianship position, stewardship position. And when I say that, I mean every man and woman who has been entrusted with the lives of other young people or other humans who just happen to be young men and women like yourself. We have an obligation, we have a duty, a calling even, to support you, to train you, guide you, be a great example of good, of what's morally right, what is human, what is upstanding, what is rewarding and pays off in a positive way that inspires and encourages and teaches patience, love, respect, honor for all mankind, not just a certain age group, not just a certain race. But we've been called to do that. And so we owe you, young man or young woman. In this video, I will discuss what we don't owe you. We're not your friends. Parents, they're not your friends. Your children, the children that you work with, the children that you minister to, the children that you teach to, the children that you speak to, the children that you're exposed to, the children that you live with, protect, provide, secure, whatever it is, whatever form, they're not your friends. This video, may it open the eyes, the ears, the heart of any man or woman who has lost sight of that, forgotten that, ignores that, and avoids that. Young man, young woman, it's not intended to bust your bubble. It's not intended to stop your party. But these things are doing you no good. They are causing you much damage when we as parents or adults fail to realize that although we can smile with you, share with you, hear from you, laugh with you, spend time with you, even hang with you, we're not your friends. In every culture, I would like to say, there is a breakdown. Many of those breakdowns can be seen in the home. Men and women failing every single day. I can't even begin to tell you how much I failed to do those things that are right in my own home. But as I learned, I needed to make changes. First, in my own heart, I needed to reflect, do a self-assessment of, is this right? Will this benefit my son and my daughter, or even my grandchildren, or even the kids in which I serve and work with? I have chosen to be a guide to. Parent, you're never going to get full respect from your child if you are cursing at them, cursing with them, using profane language in the home, out in public, and expecting them to respect others. Dad, who told you that drinking with your son was going to bring about some friendship, some true camaraderie? Your son is a kid. Your son is a child. And I'm speaking about young men and young women who are not adults. You are not my friend. They are not your friends, parents. And if you're a young person watching this and you are falling into the same trap or making the same similar choices, unfortunately, as those around you, family, parents, whatever, you're going to do harm to your child because they're not your friends. I can't begin to tell you, young men and young women, of countless times that I have heard and have seen parents visiting with their kids, whether it was social settings, family gatherings, picnics, birthday parties, visitations in the juvenile detention centers, visits in group homes, visits with the other parent, supervised visits, whatever it is, where parents brag about getting high with their children. Go figure why. This is why your son is constantly in trouble with the law. He's constantly has no regard for authority. He is continually disrespectful, rude, threatening adults, making choices that will get him or her killed. Because you thought it was okay, Mom. Well, I smoke weed. It's my son. I'd rather him do it at home with me. At least I know where he's at. And don't worry, I'm buying the marijuana. Really? Really? Mom, you thought it was okay? You're okay with your son and his girlfriend spending the night at your house? Oh, I'm sorry. They're sleeping in the same bed. Are you kidding me? Mom, who told you that such things, such behaviors was right, was even acceptable? And I'm not just referring to one particular group of individuals or cultures. While it is very sad that it does exist a lot more in certain households, this happens all over the world. Communities, people are from affluent backgrounds. You're walking out of a store and a 6-year-old is telling you at the top of her voice, screaming, I want to go back in. I want this. And you respond, parent, well, hold on, please. Please, can we just go home? Please. And then maybe we'll come back later. And they tell you, no! Mom, she's not your friend. Dad, you need to know. You need to clearly draw the line when it comes to parenting. Children ought not think that they can say, do whatever they want in our presence, in our home, over the phone, via email. I don't care what it is. Mom, did you think it was cute for you to dress like your 17-year-old daughter and you're encouraging her to go to clubs? You're encouraging her to twerk, to shake her butt. But there's a problem when she comes home with a different young man, or in some cases, you find out she's been dating an older man. Well, wasn't it okay? You do it. She saw you doing it. They're not your friends. Young man, how dare you think that you could raise your voice at your mom and dad? But I hear you. Who am I? I forgot. they yell at you. They never listen to you. They never let you get a word in edgewise. They're busy constantly gossiping around you, with you. And so I can only imagine. They forgot something, young man and young woman. They're not your friends. Parents, adults, many of us, we work with youth. We serve them, or should be, in providing them with integrity, not indecency, not incompetency, not inconsistency, integrity. Children are supposed to look at us and say to themselves, whatever that man or that woman has, I want to be like that. I'm inspired by that. I'm touched by that. I'm encouraged by that. I feel loved from them, not their friends. Children are not to even be allowed. And this is my own personal opinion. I feel that as parents, I don't need to tell my child every move that I'm making. You don't need to know all the money I have, all the money I've saved, all the money I've spent. Why or when? You don't need to, Mom, tell your daughter who you're going out with. I'll be back. Dad, you think it's cool to encourage your young man to get him some? Yet all these people are dying from STIs. And even in our own families, yet we forget that it's not cool. You see him at 17 smoking cigarettes, yet you have a problem when he's dying of cancer. Mom, you got your daughter pills. You got her on a IUD or whatever they're called. I'm sorry, I'm not a female. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly. Mom, you allowed her to spend time with her man. You didn't have a problem when she gave him some. You're mad? Oh, I'm sorry. She's pregnant. Didn't you know? She's not your friend. She's your child. Young lady, I'm sorry. She's not your friend. Young man, they're not your friends. I'm talking about the adults who are supposed to love you. We don't owe you anything except to love you. I found it very interesting in my life when I encountered this one particular verse in the Bible. It says, "Owe no man anything except to love him." You see, when love is at the forefront of our eyes, our heart, our mind, then we know that love does not encourage you to do wrong. Love doesn't applaud you when you do wrong. It doesn't motivate you to do wrong. It believes in the best in your life, and it teaches and encourages the best in your life. It doesn't keep a record of when you've done wrong because it inspires you to do right. It endures, it hopes, and it never fails. They're not your friends. Young people, if you have a child in your life right now, if you've given birth or you're part of a family that you've made from choices that you've made as a young person, they're not your friends. Your children are not your friends. I hope you join me in some upcoming videos where I'm going to share with you some examples of where trying to be their friend went wrong. They're not your friends. Stay tuned.